Good morning. This is sunny New Jersey, and yes, we do have sun, and we have pollen, and we have bugs, and every manner of Mother Nature. There were two deers that greeted John and I on the way to the train station this morning. They
Oh,
were in the
really?
road playing chicken, Debbie.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So we had traffic stopped in both directions. I had to get out of the car and wave because this one bozo was on his phone. So anyway, the deer are fine.
That's good.
Everybody made it to the train.
I had that happen yesterday on my journey with a gaggle of geese, and they were
Woo!
crossing the road ever so slowly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. This is really big right now, especially as we're approaching this full moon.
Hmm.
I know you guys think I'm nuts, but it's all right. You could say the crazy lady said.
Yes.
I'm Susan Lawton. This is Debbie Whalen. Debbie, say hi to the folks.
Good morning, everyone.
Our mind is a garden. Our thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. When you find you have repeated patterns in your brain that make you feel normal but bad, it's really important for you to recognize you have the opportunity to kill those weeds and plant seeds for flowers. There's three phrases you can use really easily. The thing that you want to remember is, what do we want them to remember, Deb? When they're planting seeds, there's three phrases. The first one is, everything always works out for me every day. The second
Okay.
phrase is, I am enough. And the third phrase is, somebody said go slow.
Yeah,
And the
because
third
it came
phrase,
out sounding like I am a snuff. No,
I am a snuff. Oh,
that's it. It came across like
okay. No, I am enough.
enough.
Enouth. Enough. Or two F's if you want. I am enough. And what's really great is after that, you have to say, I love my new adventures and I expect to feel different. Because it's so important when you're making choices and you're setting goals that you recognize you have a choice about how you feel. And when you're
Right.
feeling good, enhance it. And really, for the full moon, it's so important you review your goals, you restate how you expect to be happy always, more moments of contentment every day.
Mhm.
Is that right, Deb?
Yeah, and what I just want to say is that, when we are growing weeds, those roots are sometimes stronger than the flowers. So don't expect everything to like instantaneously be away. You have to work at it, It's just not something, those old patterns are hard to break, and it's a process, and it's just not going to happen overnight like the way we want things to. So, but just keep at it and you're going to see amazing changes.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine the other day told me that she finally recognizes when she's feeling uncomfortable, she's growing. When she's feeling lethargic, when she's feeling old, normal, she understands she's gotten in her own way. I know that seems silly, but it's
No,
true. Make yourself a little bit uncomfortable. Go say hello to those new people.
absolutely.
We're going to start off with a surprise oil. Debbie was reading because I send her material ahead of time. Haha, we cheat.
Yes.
What was surprising about the cilantro information I sent you, Deb, because you knew it was great for chelating.
Right, but there was so many other things that it does. It cures disorientation. It helps inflammation, arthritis, rheumatism, like so all those inflammatory responses that our body gets. And I really did not know that it was antibacterial. I'm not sure why I didn't know that. And it helps your good cholesterol. And
Yes.
I was, wow. And I have to laugh. I was laughing because a friend of mine's been complaining about gas for 3 days. I want to just immediately drive over with the bottle because it helps with all that too.
Well, that would be really funny. I can only guess who that would be.
Yes.
It's one of our windbag friends.
Full of all that hot air. Yes.
All right. Listen, guys, everybody thinks of cilantro for two things. They think it's great for chelating or chelating, depending on the part of the world you're from, heavy metals out of the body. And they think it's really good to discourage bugs. Well, there's a little more to it than that. And I'm tired of people saying to me, I've had this cilantro. I don't know what it's for. Well, there's tons of resources. You can always be looking up resources. Everything works if you use it properly. Now, when we talk in terms of change within the human body, we're reporting from a rumor standpoint. There are tons and tons of new publications every day regarding research being done with essential oils. The MDs have been advised if somebody comes to them and says, I heard essential oils can be helpful for restoring one of my organs that's malfunctioning, and I have trouble eating sugar. And the physicians have been advised, they are supposed to say, I really don't know. There hasn't been enough research yet. That's what MDs are supposed to say to people.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they have a personal experience and they know for some people, some of the things we're going to talk to you about today are rumored to be extraordinarily restorative for spleen and pancreas.
Mm-hmm.
So we are listing things on here that you can see, and Deb and I are trying to figure out ways to get these things to you in writing. We're not quite sure how to do that yet. But we need you to consider, although you have lavender that's good for soothing anxiety and sleep, and although you have other oils that are good for each of these individual things, a little bit of cilantro goes a long way. It's also great in guacamole.
I was going to say, most people know it from guacamole, yes.
That's right. That's right. I'm sorry. I forgot about that part.
Hmm. But you know what I learned too, and what you gave me, this has actually been around for a really long time. They thought that it used to grow in the tombs of Egypt. So, I mean, this is a new herb for me, to learn about, but it really has been around and used for a really long time.
Yes. And it's been used successfully. And remember, everything you do with Mother Nature needs to be done as a complement to what you normally do. So if you want oils to positively influence your chemistry, you need to consume a lot of water to get rid of debris. One of the first things that oils and the molecules of oils do for you is eliminate debris. They clear cell receptor sites so that an environment within your body becomes very easy to deliver oxygen and nutrition to the cells.
And what I like about these oils, if you're using them for a specific purpose, like to sleep better or soothe your anxiety, the other parts of your body are also benefiting from it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that I talk a lot about single oils, and the reason I talk about single oils is because for years and years, that's how I studied the oils. And yes, I do make blends for people, but you'll notice I tend to be very conservative. Mm-hmm. The reason is it doesn't take much, and I have to keep reminding people a little bit goes a long way. Give your body a chance with the oils to work, and you can always use more later. Where if you try to overload the body with too many molecules, you'll defeat the purpose.
Right.
Like up here, discourages UTI. You're thinking to yourself, how is that possible? Well, if that happens to be an area, if this happens to be an area in your life that regularly reports or complains, and previously you've treated it with antibiotics or things of that nature that automatically get to upset other parts of your body, in between those treatments, if you use cilantro, and there's another wonder jewel called juniper berry, the re-education of those cells will be more resistant too unfriendly showing up. Would that make sense?
Right. So you're using it as a deterrent.
Yes. It's
Hmm.
like the big,
No.
it's the big police guy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But I don't want you guys to forget about using cilantro to cook with because it's wonderful. Yes, topical is a really good way to use it. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, when it comes to chelation, we're going to get to that in a second. People are asking really good questions. We'll get to that in a minute.
Like cowboy salsa?
Beg your pardon?
I said, but we're gonna make cowboy salsa?
Yes. Well, somebody said, how can I make a cowboy come to my house and let him be wealthy and healthy and single? So
Okay.
I said, let's make some cowboy salsa. Create a party, people show up. Okay. What do you think?
I like that idea. Sure,
Yes.
why not?
Yes. So take your store-bought salsa, add 2 drops of lime, 1 little toothpick dipped into the cilantro because it's really strong, and stir it up, and the cowboy will come. He will
Yay.
show up.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's the part that we really do forget, how many of these oils we can use in our food and get them in a fun way like this. And I know from experience the cilantro and the guacamole taste delicious. So, I'm sure this is going to be equally as good. The only thing is, will the cowboy come from across across the country to New Jersey if I make it?
We have cowboys here.
Oh, oh, okay.
They work with Mario and Louie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You forgot.
I did forget.
All right. Here's the deal. I stole this from Facebook. Thank you, D. Barkley, again. Anyway, that we're not supposed to tell you this. Again, this is a rumor. When you get heavy metals like arsenic, cardamom, cadmium, aluminum, lead, and mercury,
Hmm.
they live in your tissues. They lead to heart disease, hormone imbalance, neurological conditions, infertility, and so much more. This particular gift of cilantro, and we're going to talk about coriander in a minute, because funny thing is they come from the same place. Isn't that amazing?
Hmm.
Cilantro, what you do to chelate, the first thing you do is get rid of all of the sugar. You get rid of all of it. Yes, even the sugar that's in vodka, even if you can't see it. We all remember the
Yes.
story of the lady who brought me the big bottle of vodka and she couldn't get rid of her yeast infections. And
Well, that will do it to you.
she kept shaking the bottle and saying,
But it's
I
clear.
don't I don't see any sugar, do you? And I'd go, well, no, it's alcohol. And I had to draw her helixes and explain why there is sugar in alcohol and how it behaves badly for you. Cilantro is very important for chelating out heavy metals. But again, they got in your tissues. We have to help them out of your tissues. So you have to have the minimum amount of fatigue for the body. So what is our program, Deb?
Drink water. Lots of water. 2 to 3 drops of cilantro in water.
Yep.
Do that 3 to 4 times a day for 10 to 30 days.
Right. And when you wake up in the morning and your mouth tastes like pennies or nickels,
Right.
you increase the amount of cilantro
Hmm.
and you do not eat any sugar, white flour, or dairy.
Hmm.
And you soak often in complete bathtubs of Epsom salts with cilantro and helichrysum, 10 drops of each in the Epsom salts for a full bathtub. You make it hot, you get in, you gently rinse with warm water. You don't add hot water. You only get into a warm Epsom salt tub for detoxing. As it cools off, you get up and you gently shower off with warm water and you pat dry. You don't rub because your body will be giving off toxins right through your skin and you don't want to rub them back in.
Absolutely.
And the chelation can take up to months. Debbie met my friend whose husband was a chimney sweep and he got called in to do cathedrals at all kinds of places where arsenic was one of the things they used for cleaning. And for years, they didn't know you had to be careful you didn't get any inside of you or breathe it in. And when I first met him, I thought it was her father. I did not immediately understand it was her husband. That's
Mm-hmm.
how the heavy metals had affected him. So we changed his diet, water intake, exercise, positive thinking. Even his eyesight was affected. His hair was gray. And after 3 months, he kept saying he was tired of the metal taste in his mouth. And his wife, who was a chiropractor, kept giving him more cilantro, more baths, more walking, more water. And I saw him at 6 months, and his hair color had already started to come back. His vision had started to reverse. And he did not look like an old man so much anymore. And to this day, the whole family is still sugar free. But you can change things that aren't supposed to be inside your tissues.
Right. And I don't know about anywhere else, but on our East Coast, the mercury-laden fish is always a concern. So so that we don't develop issues like that, doing cilantro as a proactive measure would probably be a really good thing.
Yes. But again, you've got to do the full program, guys. You can't,
Right. No
on the
sugar,
one
no.
hand, say, okay, I'm going to use all the good oils for a preventative, and then chow down on a banana split and have vodka shooters and not drink your water. You can't do it, okay?
Right.
Yes, it can help with radiation. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Oh, I meant to type that. Okay. All right, now let's talk about, whoop, I'm missing a slide. Okay. We'll find it again. We're going to talk about cilantro again, just so you know that. I probably got them mixed up when I put it together. Okay, coriander. Coriander comes from the same plant as cilantro. Cilantro is the big plant, and coriander are the seeds, and the seeds get ground, and that's where we get coriander oil. Coriander is our friend for what, Deb?
Well, coriander really helps us with digestion. Like for those people that have some sugar issues, rubbing that over your pancreatic area can be really helpful. But other than that, it does so many other things. It can change your appetite. If for those people that don't have a good appetite, this can help you stimulate your appetite. I don't have that problem, by the way. Again, arthritis, people that are, very tired, chronic fatigue. When you have colds, again, that flatulence, gas problem, it helps with. Infections, so aches and pains, nausea, neuralgia, you have poor circulation. I mean, it's just amazing. And I've actually used it. I am one of those people that love to clench, so I do have like stiffness in my jaw. And if you rub it in that area, it absolutely is amazing. So it just does so much. But again, my site for what it did was so limited until I'm so happy I'm doing this with Sue because it's broadening my memory of what all these things that it can help.
Right. And coriander to me is the gift. You guys always laugh at me. I get invited to all these retirement dinners, and I have to go and say nice things about people who we thanking God are getting out of the profession. But we just have
Hey!
coriander. We use coriander because my husband and I both are early risers, and we're up at 5 in the morning, and getting served an entree at 9 o'clock at night is not our idea of a good time. Don't like really eating that late. So I use coriander before I go to the event. I use coriander during the event. People often say, "What is that cute little bottle? You're putting something in your mouth." And I go like, "Well, it's for digestion. You don't really care." And they follow me. Help me, give me some of that. Okay. So coriander is very refreshing. Feel no more relief. We would be talking about the bottom of your feet. And I'm sure you can come up with an occasion where you think there might be difficulty feeling in that area. We combine these, coriander, aroma touch, and frankincense. Aroma touch is a blend. Massage gently twice a day into areas that need to wake up. Get it? Wake up. Re-education of long-term constipation when applied 2 times a day for consistently. What happens is people go years and not realize they're constipated. They think they go a little bit in the morning and everything is cool and they're eliminating waste. The truth is, most people are full of it. And most people don't ever clean out their intestines, even when they're going in for one of those funny exams where they make you drink the stuff and poop your brains out. That doesn't get totally clear then.
Yeah, you told me John Wade had how much debris left in him?
32 pounds of undigested food still in his intestine. He was a very thin man when he died, except for this huge belly. Your intestines are amazing. They can stretch. They can accommodate a lot of debris. So when people are recovering from years of not quite ever eliminating, and here's a great test you can do, the corn test.
Yes.
Most corn on the cob you cannot digest. It's been GMO'd out of ability to digest. So what you do is you have corn on the cob at 4 p.m. today, and then you check your waste elimination. And by the end of 22 hours from 4 p.m., you shouldn't see it anymore. If you're still seeing the corn passing through, a day, 2 days, one lady reported 3 days. I went, oh, I bet your breath tastes bad too. Anyway, yeah, use this. Use it consistently. And if you use it, apply it to your abdomen and you get a little candida outbreak, then what do? You put it in a capsule, you eliminate all white flour, all white sugar, no more vodka shooters, at least for 3 months.
Can you also put that in a capsule, Sue?
Absolutely, you can put it in a capsule.
Okay.
But what you would do is you would make this up in a bottle.
Right.
Okay, like a 5 milliliter bottle you would use proportionately. And you would pour like 6 drops into a capsule. You don't pour all these drops in and put it in your tummy all at once.
Okay.
I hope I was clear.
Very clear.
And it's helpful if you do it before you eat.
So how fast is that going to work? Like if someone does that before they eat, is it going to work right away?
It'll be a gradual change. You will have a softening of old matter that hasn't finished leaving the area. And
you're not going to have to make
more regular expulsion of matter.
So you're not going to have to make the 50-yard dash to the bathroom?
No, No, that's why we make it gentle.
Okay.
You have a life, okay? Coriander is a natural deodorant. You can put this around your armpits. You don't have to put it right in the pits. It's great. It's antibacterial, anti blah, blah, blah. All the blah, blah, blah. It's all there, okay?
Okay.
It's rumored to be excellent in all these areas. Somebody's suffering from measles. You don't hear about it too much anymore.
No.
Get a spray bottle and you put some coriander in it and you add some fractionated coconut oil and a little bit of geranium and you spritz the area. We don't scratch measles.
Okay.
You can stop.
And isn't there an emotional benefit for using coriander?
Yes, we're going to get there in just a minute.
Oh,
I want to remind people about gout, rheumatism, and chronic fatigue syndrome. All 3 of those relate to feeding iris bays. So if you stop feeding the iris bay, then you will have less difficulty. Someone's asking about shingles. Here's the deal on shingles. Shingles is your body's way of saying you need to look inside. Shingles is really not about what you're looking at. Shingles is a symptom. It's a flag. Your body is saying, please look inside, something's not right. Please address this long term, we've been unhappy cellular wise for a while. So we treat it as a really nasty virus, and we spray it with coriander, Melissa. If you don't have Melissa, use black pepper because it has different chemistry, but it can be effective. And geranium, and you spritz the area, but it's really important with shingles. You totally change your lifestyle overnight. No white sugar, no white flour, no vodka, no starch, no dairy. You eat your vegetables, you eat your fruit, you do your walking, you drink extraordinary amounts of water because we want this virus to be gone. Got it?
And when you're saying vodka, you're also meaning other forms of alcohol.
Any alcohol. All alcohol is 2.5 times sugar when it comes to processing the chemistry within the human body.
Mm-hmm.
We had a friend of ours named Doug who always wanted to take a vodka shooter and add 8 drops of frankincense to it because he always thought that would help the liver out right away, the liver, the alcohol, and the frankincense at the same time.
I know.
I'd say, no, Doug, give the alcohol give the oils a 20-minute head start, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, coriander, emotional. This is what you're asking about, Miss Deb.
Yes. Yeah, because I heard that it really is very helpful in calming things. And again, that's not something that I realized it was good for. So how would I be using that? Would I want to just rub it on my feet? Would I want to breathe it? How would I want to use this for emotional support?
I use coriander with Douglas fir, white fir, in a diffuser all the time. And the reason I do that is because it has a way of not only providing you with more oxygen, because if you're depressed, if you're frightened, you hold your breath, your chest tightens up. You really do have a difficult time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So
Okay.
it's really important that you breathe oils. When you see a car accident or you see someone by the side of the road, people will see me leap out of my car, and I always have an oil in my hand. And it doesn't really matter. We just don't use oregano. Okay, come on, guys. No hot oils. We use oils and just say, can you just smell this? And we try to help the person have the ability to cope with whatever's happened. They smell lavender, they can smell peppermint, they can smell anything that will help clear their ability to breathe. I ask them to breathe in slowly but deeply. With oxygen, you also have the ability to reduce the adrenaline that's gone crazy in your system at a surprise event like an accident. You stimulate the nervous system and you relieve lethargy, mental fatigue, nervousness. Some people get so nervous they can't move. They become frozen. They become frozen inside and out. They try to resort to sugar as a stimulus. Coriander can soothe the pancreas so that it cooperates better, because the truth is you need insulin for every cell in your body every day. Insulin needs to penetrate the cells because it feeds that protein chain. And Deb, you and I've talked about this over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
With the bioavailability of the molecules of doTERRA's oils, you have the ability to stay healthy with a minimum amount of effort.
Absolutely.
And coriander, you heard me say, man, I use it for all the retirement dinners. I use it when I know we're going to be overeating, because it is so helpful to the entire body. When you're under stress, you've got to breathe. You have to breathe. Now we're going to talk about coriander's friend, cinnamon. All the oils we're talking about, there's a theme. And cinnamon, Deb, I know you've used this before.
I have. I do like cinnamon. I love to diffuse it, especially in the cooler months, I use that with some other oils just to make it smell. I love that beautiful smell in the house. But I actually put this in my tea when I have a sore throat. No, I really do enjoy cinnamon. And of course, I use it. That's one of the items in our On Guard cleaning products as well. So it's a wonderful cleaning product, cleaning oil.
Yes. It's also been used in ancient times. Oh, you'll see that in a minute. Okay. Very hot, very hot. Skin sensitivity due to high aldehyde content. Needs to be diluted. Right. Also, do not shove cinnamon up to somebody's nose because they will go like, ah! It'll burn the nasal passages. Cinnamon bark has been used for centuries, since before the time of year one. It has great ability to bring you abundance if you want it. It has the great ability to chase away negative influences if that's what you want. We used to joke about if you put cinnamon and clove on you and you walk around, of course people are going to give you space, right?
That is true. Look at all the antis that it's good for. My goodness.
Again, these are rumors. Whenever you see the word anti, you know it's a rumor, guys, okay? We don't claim anything. These are rumors that many people have reported and researched, and we just want you to know it's true. By the way, everybody has parasites. People get all nervous when I say, that's a parasite reaction. They go like, oh, where'd I pick them up? I haven't been anyplace weird. Well, you breathe, don't you? So if you breathe in New Jersey, you have parasites. If you breathe...
Well, I have to...
Go ahead.
I have to tell you, after reading the bottom part of this, I'm going to be starting to wear cinnamon bark around my clothing. It attracts wealth and abundance. Come on, people, let's go.
We're going to load up on cinnamon and go over and buy a lottery ticket. Yay!
There we go. All right, I see that it's also a natural diuretic. How does it work that way? Do we have to ingest it to be a diuretic, or can we just use it on our skin?
Well, let's talk about diuretics in general.
Okay.
Diuretic means it facilitates fluid elimination in areas where there's too much fluid. What's really important is you understand, why are you retaining water? Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't think about that. They just go, oh, my ankles have always been swollen. Well, how much water do you drink? Oh, maybe 6 ounces. Well, that's why. Your body's very clever. When you don't consume enough just plain water, it's going to retain every drop of water it can find anywhere. People even tell me, man, I took a shower, now my feet are swollen. That's because your body's really smart and you're dehydrated. Your body can compensate for 33 years for acute dehydration. So you got to drink a minimum of 60% of your body weight in ounces daily, just for healthy cell replacement and debris elimination. So if you're going through a period of time where you had to do a lot of flying in airplanes, where you had a high salt diet because of you were lost in the woods and that's all you had to eat, whatever, you're retaining fluids, you're willing to drink water, whenever you're using a diuretic, the only way it works is what's called a drop per drop match. If the doctor issues a script, I've heard rumors about this, for Lasix or something else, you have to be able to drink a lot of water, because if you're retaining like an extra 10 pounds in water weight, you literally take your pills and your potassium, you eat right, you do everything the doctor tells you to do, and you will eliminate it. Now, if you never want it to come back, what do you need to do, Deb?
Keep drinking all that water.
That's correct. If your body is happy with water, if your body is drinking the correct amount of water, you have healthy cell replacement. It's not going to go into what we call drought mode. Okay?
So many people are afraid, like when they retain fluids, to drink fluids, and they're not realizing that they're only hurting themselves.
Right. It literally, and physicians, I've heard heart specialists explain to their patients, because I take them to the doctor because they can't hear really well for whatever reason, explain this works in a drop per drop match. You can't take the pill and then not drink water because you think that will stop you from making pee-pee. If you get up in the morning, You take your pill, you drink your water, drink, 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 drink. The time you're finished with breakfast, your shower, you get dressed to go, you've already eliminated the extra water.
Mm-hmm.
If you consciously drink your water, you will have less elimination.
Well,
No question was, how do I use the cinnamon to help me with this?
right.
I personally mix it 4-to-1 with coconut oil. And I
Oh,
put
okay.
it in the bottom of the feet. I put it on the outside of the ankles. And if it's still too warm for you, you can't change the molecules of cinnamon bark unless you
Right.
combine them with another oil. Fractionated coconut oil is a pure lipid. It's like a suspension. It just slows things down. It has no
Vasoconstriction.
ability to alter the makeup of the individual oils, but it will keep you from feeling really, really hot.
Okay.
I hope that was.
And you wouldn't want to rub this, or like I mean, a lot of people, their legs are swollen. So just a caution, this is not something you'd want to rub all over your entire leg area.
No.
Just, I mean, think about this, people. It's a hot oil. So that would be, wow, I can't even imagine how uncomfortable that would feel.
Yes. Now, when you're looking at this list to the left to do with cinnamon, we would be talking gentle ingestion. What does that mean? That means you can combine cinnamon with fennel, combine cinnamon with bergamot, combine cinnamon with digest oils in a
Hmm.
capsule, but only take a little bit. For gingivitis, we like to have you rinse your mouth with, like, take a toothpick, put it in the cinnamon, put it in 2 ounces of water, and rinse your mouth, and then brush your teeth. Got it?
Got it.
Focus. This is really about focus. Peppermint and rosemary by themselves, individually for young people, work really good to help them study and retain. But
Right.
if you're more mature, like some of us who are taking classes, you need to make a blend. We want to have some peppermint, some cinnamon, and some rosemary to keep us sharp and help us remember everything. Come on, guys. You can do this. Okay? And you could still use coconut oil. Dilution is fine. Okay? It's fine to dilute things in fractionated coconut oil. We don't want to get into all the other ways you can use whatever oils or jojoba or
Right.
seed or whatever. We don't want to go there because they're organics and you put oils in them, you got to use it right away.
Hmm.
Cassia.
Wow.
The rumors. See how rumors are colorful and they surround the
I
bottle?
know.
These are rumors, but I need you to think of cassia is cinnamon bark on steroids. Okay, it's really important that you get that. A lot of people just have cassia because they ordered a big kit and they might use it for cooking. One of my friends out on Long Island, Terry Pace, she's just a delight and she's an amazing cook, something I haven't done for years. And she had my husband and I to dinner. She took some coconut oil, put it in a pan. She had sliced up some sweet potatoes and she was gently warming them. And then just before she took them off, she grabbed the cassia, she put a toothpick in it and went around and touched the edges of quite a few of the sweet potatoes and kind of shook things around in the coconut oil. You know how you can do that? I
Hmm.
am telling you, it was amazing because people say to me, "Oh, I miss brown sugar on sweet potatoes." The touch of cassia was so much richer with the sweet potatoes than any brown sugar and butter. And from coming from me, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because I use butter, I use anything to put butter on it. I love butter. So to give up butter was a big deal, but this was amazing. But I need you to think of cassia as cinnamon on steroids. What that means is it is, if you think that cinnamon bark was hot, Debbie,
Oh, this
cat
is
is
it hotter?
Yes, it is so much hotter. Don't ever put it in the bottom of your feet by itself. I made that mistake many years ago. And it was fine. I
Okay.
put it on a really cold day. We were in Michigan. It was 20 below. And I just thought, oh, I'll just use some Cassia today. I'll keep my feet warm in my boots. So I put some Cassia on without thinking, put my socks on, put my boots on. And just about the time I got to the door, I went, oh, my feet are on fire.
Oh, no.
Yes, I did. I was very silly. So you've got to remember it's great for warming. It will warm your bones. But here's how you use it. Tell them about putting it in the Epsom salts and soaking them, Debbie.
Just soaking your feet.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want my whole body in there.
No, 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 no.
Okay. So I'm going to put my Epsom salts in the pan, and then how many drops of cassia would I use in
I
that
would
since it
only
is
use two.
okay.
It's really potent. Very
I
potent.
just I'm just loving yeah, it's impotent. No.
Very important that you remember this is potent.
Yes, very. But I'm just looking at all the different things, all the different colored things hiding on this page of all the wonderful things that it does. Now, you and I talked about this briefly, but we didn't talk about it on air. So just explain, because all the things that we've talked about so far have similar uses and properties.
Yes.
So I was joking that I was going to mix them all together and use them all at one time. But tell me why I shouldn't do that.
Okay, here's the deal. Each individual plant has many gifts that can benefit many organ systems in your body. When you start combining single oils, they rearrange themselves by the strengths of the molecules. And what happens is, what happens is you change it.
Right. So although it would be doing something good for me, it wouldn't necessarily be working in the same manner that it would work if I used it by itself. Right?
That's right. Okay, so
So,
I usually combine when I'm talking to people, I try to keep things at 3 oils. The reason is when you use 3 single oils and you bring them together, okay, you increase the positive factors that are tuned to the human body's rhythm by a factor of 9.
okay.
So if you were to combine like 19 oils, and there are a couple of blends out there I have read about that have a lot of oils in them, you're going
Wow.
for a specific reaction, but I haven't been able to ascertain what it might be. Just so you
Okay.
understand, the individual molecules of a single oil applied to your skin in layers is going to perform functions that are very healthful for many organ systems. When you apply layers like the next oil,
Mm-hmm.
things change. Oh, several people said repeat that. All right, a single oil, like the molecules, let's go with something simple like lemon. The molecules, compounds, constituents of lemon are very simple. There's only 72 identifiable constituents at this time. But when you combine lemon, which is a natural antihistamine, and it has a great way of relieving cellular debris, especially in the intestinal tract, and you would combine it with fennel, the constituents within lemon start behaving differently to cooperate with the phenol for what we call higher tissue mobility. Then you add a third oil, which could be like bergamot, and that would give it a lightness so that it could move to hotter zones outside of the intestinal tract. But what's happened to the original lemon is the positive factors within lemon for the human body have just been multiplied and enhanced by similar vibrations from the other oils. Does that make more sense now?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's okay to mix, just not too much. and we probably would be better layering them throughout the day if we chose to.
I was raised with layering, so I love layering. I
Mhm.
love letting the individual components combine on the way through the body. They interact that way.
Right. And I don't think I'd want to interact with cassia and cinnamon together anyway.
Well, no, but what I'm trying to say is that it's measurable
Right.
scientifically to be
Hmm.
very positive for inside the human body. That's why I really try to emphasize it takes a little bit to affect things positively.
Hmm.
Parents whose children get chest colds and they're feeling very bad and they panic and they call, "Oh, what can I do? What can I do?" Everyone's programmed to pill thinking. I'm going to get an
Yes.
instant reaction. I'm going to take one pill. I'm going to feel so much better. And oils take longer to affect a crisis because they work gently with your cellular structure. They work with the priorities of the body. They do things in Mother Nature's correct order. So
Hmm.
when it comes to oil education, we try to encourage people to keep healthy every day. And then if a crisis happens, you have to be patient.
Right. You're not going to get that immediate, necessarily get that immediate response you're looking for. Is
Right.
that
Remember,
right?
like a lot of people complain about fevers. Use the peppermint. It's okay to use peppermint on the bottom of the feet. You're not going to interfere with the body's natural functions because a fever means the body's fighting something, and that's good. That's your immune system working.
Yeah.
Peppermint
Right.
just
Yes.
pulls things to save the brain. It's really okay. Let's talk a little bit more about cassia. Sorry, I got lost in science there for a minute. Didn't mean to. But it's important that you guys understand, don't grab 9 remedies for one thing. You
Hmm.
don't need to do that. Try to figure out who the biggest gun is you've got in your box for whatever it is you're doing. Apply the oils consistently. Drink lots of water. Trust your body's doing what it needs to do.
Hmm.
Was that clear?
It's very clear. Thank you.
Okay. It's anti aging because it keeps you moving.
Yeah, because it's your feet are so hot you can't stand still. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. You'll be doing a happy Cassia dance. Okay. It's all great.
Good.
Okay. It retards your cataracts.
I know I saw that. That was an odd choice of words.
No, here's the deal. Think of Cassia as a chaser. Think of Cassia as fast. It's a Porsche. It is just roars through your system very quickly. It cleans small capillaries. Why do we have difficulty with our eyes? Well, everybody over 60, because we didn't wear sunglasses from the time we learned to go outside, is probably going to get cataracts at some point. My eye doctor keeps calling me and saying, "You have to come in. I have to check you for cataracts." I mean, I don't have cataracts. I don't believe in it. And then I go see him and he goes, "You're right. You don't have cataracts." So cassia is a gift to the small capillaries. When we have vision distortion, some people who have that numbered dysfunction begins with a D, and there's the number 1 type, there's the number 2 type. They often get visual distortion that varies from weekend to weekend. And it has to do with diet, has to do with hydration, has to do with blood pressure. What else does it have to do with?
What you're putting in your body.
Yes, what you're eating. So, but vision is affected by circulation. That's the number 1 thing. And oxygenation to the cells is really important. So if your cells can't deliver insulin, if your cells can't deliver oxygen on a consistent basis, you have to do everything in your power to get it there. That means you got to go for your 20-minute walks. You got to drink your water. You have to move your body. We have a friend of ours, we call her very lovingly Brunhilde, who works with Debbie and I on Thursday mornings. And all the way over to Debbie's house, I tell myself how much I love exercise. I love getting stronger. My cells are thriving. And even my cells are going like, "Oh, come on, don't make us do this." I make my cells do this anyway. Okay.
Yes, you do.
because it's really good for me. And I keep thinking, I don't have to pay her if I would just be disciplined enough to do this myself every day. How has that worked out? Not well. So we go see her every Thursday, and in between, we do some form of exercise because I
Right.
know it's good for me.
And we feel great afterwards. It's just that initial, like, oh my gosh, do I have to do it?
Just do it. And everybody I talk to on the phone, we're all walking first thing in the morning. I take John to the train. I get home. I just change my clothes, run outside. I don't run anywhere, but I do walk down to the lake and back. I do my deep breathing. I want more oxygenation. Okay.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Told you about the vegetables.
Right. Emotions.
Uplifting, warming, inner strength, inspiring, calmative.
I love it. The oil of gladness. I like that. I'm going to remember it that way from now on.
Oh, in the Bible, it is recorded that way. It's
Love
amazing.
it.
Now, remember, if you're going to apply cassia, patchouli, coconut oil to hands and knees for arthritic pain, you're going to get quite a pleasant response. But because cassia is hot, what do you need to remember? Don't touch your face. So what I tell people to do is before you apply oils, go to the ladies' room, the gentleman's room, relieve your bladder, wash your hands, and get ready to just enjoy. When we put the oils on the knees and the hands, I ask people to wrap them in warm towels because we're increasing circulation. We want to retain that warmth. And oh, you know what? I have an entire warming protocol. We forgot about that sheet, Deb. The
Yes.
warming protocol sheet. If you send me an email, I will send it to you, but you can't publish it, okay, guys? Do you promise not to publish it anywhere, please? I'll send you the warming protocol. I started doing this for patients who were suffering from cold. Many people who go through chemotherapy are cold, especially in the winter. Their bones are cold. And so we
People with
developed this really cool series of oils, and it tells you how to put them on, and then we tell you what to do with the baking dishes so everything stays warm.
And it's amazing.
Oh, your dad used to love it, Deb? Oh my God.
Loved it. He loved it. And believe me, we had to find large pans for his feet.
He used the big lasagna Pyrex for
He
Bill's
did.
feet.
He had size 17 shoes, so yes, but it worked.
But it works. It really, really works. Okay, so
It
never
does.
old-fashioned stuff works. Okay, let's move on to clove. Oh my gosh, we've been talking a long time. Sorry, you guys bored?
No, we're good.
People forget clove is an analgesic. People
Yes.
forget clove is excellent for teeth. It is so, so good. It is so good for your entire body. Clove is an extraordinary analgesic. When people are having trouble sleeping and we can't use oils because of the chemistry they're going through personally, what we do is we dilute clove in coconut oil and we just put it on the bottom of both big toes. And it's, again, a very warm oil. Don't underestimate the warmth of clove. Pardon me?
No, that wasn't me.
Ooh, someone's talking who we don't know. Maybe it's Paul inside that computer.
Maybe, because I hear it too. I don't know who it is.
Okay. Clove is amazing. Write that down quick. Ooh, I have an echo.
Clove is amazing.
Do you hear the echo, guys?
I know.
It's my
Okay, so it's great for a sore muscle rub. I love this. Rub your back if you rub mine. You want to mix 5 drops of peppermint, clove, wintergreen, and black pepper with fractionated coconut oil. And oh my gosh, it's going to get rid of that soreness right away.
Yeah, plus it relaxes. Deb, I'm echoing.
Okay. You are. I get that too sometimes. All right. Well, clove again has a lot of the same properties as the other oils that we talked about today. All those anti-rumors, but they're there. And it is effective with gum and tooth issues. Now, I'm dating myself, but years ago when you went and had those silver fillings put in your mouth, my dentist always used to put a mixture of a clove. I would smell it as they brought it across, and it was always so soothing. It was warming to that tooth. So yeah, using clove, even as Sue said before, mixing it like a little bit on a toothpick in some water and swishing it around your mouth. It helps if you have sores, or every once in a while I bite the inside of my cheek, and it really helps with all that. It also helps, of course, with smelly breath. And if you want to, it helps you if you're trying to recover from any of our addictions of caffeine and sugar and things like that, because it really does help.
And how you use it is a secret.
I love it. Okay. I'm sorry, your voice sounds so funny right now. Oh, here's one of the things that I was talking about before, though. For the autumn smell, if you love like the smell of like apple pie baking and everything, you're gonna love it. It's 3 drops of wild orange, 2 drops of cinnamon bark, and 1 drop of clove in a diffuser. And oh my gosh, your house is. When I smell apple pie and stuff, you just get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. This does it. It's really, really great.
Yep.
Do you need to go and gargle with some clove to fix your echo?
Echo.
I know. Okay. If you look at the shape of the clove and you look at the tooth, you'll kind of get a clue as to why that's really good on a toothache. Years ago, people actually used to chew. They used to bite on that clove to help ease their toothache. Blood sugar support, our friend on the left, coriander. We also 3 drops of grapefruit, 5 drops coriander, 3 drops cassia. Put it in an empty capsule and take it as needed. It really does help balance out your sugar throughout the day. It's amazing.
And you can only make the capsules as you use them.
Yes, yeah. Mix this up again in like a 5 milliliter bottle, as Sue said before. Make it all, roll it around, get it all combined well, and then just put a few drops in a capsule and take it when you need it.
If you make it ahead of time, you know.
Mm-hmm. Wild orange or happy blends. Okay. If you look along the rays of the sun, there's all different combinations of what you can use. Blend with wild orange to make, and of course we have our cinnamon. We have cinnamon and ginger. We have cassia and peppermint. So there's just amazing cinnamon and clove and patchouli, all with wild orange. Play around with this, practice. See what scents that you like the best. But they are amazing. One of her favorite blends for the fall and winter months, Immune Booster. Immune Booster! So, Immune Booster for our immune system to keep us healthy, fight off those winter colds. But you know what? This is even good in the summer because there's still so many little of those, what did you call them? Iris phase going around?
Yes, those
Oh, you're back. You're good. You can talk now.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, if you're going to make tea with oils, get toothpicks.
Okay.
Boil the water. Let it steep. Then put the oils in. And put some moisturizer on your lips before you start.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at all those numbers of drops. That's going to make a lot of tea. Slim and sassy. If I asked everybody who's tried this and raised their hands, I bet almost all our listeners have probably at one time tried this.
Yes. It's very good for balancing the metabolism, not just increasing it, but balancing it. We have
Hmm.
athletes using this because it's amazing at helping their metabolic rate balance so they have more stick to itiveness.
That's an interesting word. Is that in the dictionary?
I think I made it up.
I think so too. Stick to itiveness. Love it.
Well, thank you. You guys asked great questions. Deb, you did a good job because I couldn't talk.
I understand. It's fine.
Thank you, thank you. And write to me. And if you guys forgot what my email address is, let's see. Somebody send me something and I can send it to everybody. Send me a question, a comment, a blah, and I will just send you the email address. It's SELLAWTON. Oh, good. Thank you, Janisa. Here we go. It's SELLAWTON069 at gmail.com. And I will find my protocol on warming using these oils. Just be careful that you don't publish it anywhere, okay, guys? We'd like to
Absolutely.
thank you. Deb, thank you very much. And
Well, thank you, Sue.
and
Everyone have a great day.
we will see you guys, okay, at convention. And we're going to have a good time. This will be recorded and we will post it and you will find it. I promise.
And our next talk is going to be on cumin, cardamom, lime, and a surprise.
Yes.
Cooking,
Yes.
breathing, and warming. Nice.
And remember,
Right.
we make no claims. Everyone's experience is unique with the oil. So for some people, when they have an ache or a pain, a little bit of one kind of oil might work for them, and a little bit of another kind of oil might work for you. So the suggestions we make are not carved in stone and they are not definitive. You get to do your particular fun thing and share positive results, always giving people room for a unique response. And please don't tell anybody all the rumors we told you about today as if it were gospel. Remember, there hasn't been enough research done yet. Right, Deb?
That's right. It's ongoing, it's ever changing. These are just things that have worked for us or friends that we know. So we want to share that with you. And again, you have your own opportunities to experiment and see what works for you.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Sue. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the Friday and a great weekend. And stay warm with some of our fun oils from today. Bye.
Bye, guys. You will see the ad for number 5 posted soon on a Facebook page near you. Thank you very much. You guys are very fun. And we will talk soon.